As a freelancer or as a service provider of a small business, or even as a coach who's selling one on one coaching packages, you know that it is important for you to have a healthy pipeline. And by healthy, I mean that you have fresh leads coming in the door, that you're able to move those new leads, through each stage of the pipeline, whatever those are for you, so that they become clients, so that they sign contracts, and that you can close those deals and hit your revenue goals. Hi, I'm Paige from the Sales Funnel Shop and the Impact Copywriter. And today I want to share with you a simple routine that I use as a part of my prospecting system for the services side of my business to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on my pipeline on a weekly basis so that I can make adjustments if there are not enough leads coming in, or if there are too many leads coming in, or whatever the issues may be. So let me minimize my head here. All right, so this is a prospecting routine I do weekly on every Friday. So every Friday I do this routine. And it's really kind of a routine just to make sure that I'm checking in with myself to make sure that my pipeline is healthy, so that I know that I have enough leads coming in that I'm going to hit the revenue goals I've set for myself. So this is what it looks like. It sits in the leads, kind of the leads or the prospecting system. So if you have access to that system, you'll be familiar with it. If not, there is a workshop for this system, so you can learn all the ins and outs. But it sits in the routines category, in the routine section. Now, every Friday, the first thing I do is I go into my leads board and I make sure all my leads are updated. So I drag them to the right section. So if they're sitting in screened, but they're already, they've already gotten a statement of work, then I recategorize them based on the sections that they're in. Then I go through and click through all of the active conversations that I haven't already, marked as inactive or won or lost or whatever. I make sure that they have something scheduled, because if they don't have anything scheduled, whether it's, I'm checking in with myself to see if they responded to an email, or whether I've, said that I need to send them an invoice, or I need to send them a statement of work, or I'm checking to see if they've sent me materials that I've requested, or if we have a call scheduled. Something always needs to be scheduled, whether it's something they're doing and I'm checking to make sure they've done it, or it's something for me to do. Because if you don't have activities scheduled for that conversation, for that deal, then that lead has effectively fallen through the cracks because nothing's happening. So you want to make sure that you have a task or a reminder of something of the sort scheduled for every active conversation that you have going on. Now, once I've done that and I've made sure something's scheduled for everyone, then I go through and I just kind of mentally evaluate the number and also the value of leads in the pipeline. So that's something I also add is, once I understand what a project is going to consist of, I can kind of give it a value, to kind of project, how I'm going to do when it comes to hitting revenue goals. So I'm going to kind of mentally evaluate that number and value of leads to decide, do I need more leads? Do I have too many leads coming in that are maybe not the right fit? Do I have too many leads coming in that are maybe low value? So that's something that I'll look at, and then that'll prepare me for the next step, which is to plan actions or projects to either increase or decrease the number of leads in the pipeline. And more often than not, and probably for you as well, the issue is bringing more leads in, or more of the right leads in, or more high value leads in. So that's when I'll sit down and say, well, what do I need to do in order to get my pipeline where it needs to be? And because I'm doing this every week, you're able to kind of course correct before your unhealthy pipeline becomes a huge problem for you in your business, right? So once I have an idea of those actions or those projects that I need to do. So maybe it's marketing videos, maybe it's blogging, maybe it's direct outreach, maybe I need to run a promo to my list, maybe I need to create a new lead magnet to promote a specific type of service or a specific category of services. So whatever that is, then I can go through and create, different projects in other systems in my Asana kind of business management dashboard to execute on those projects so that I can start to bring more leads in the door. And then after I have kind of evaluated what I need to do or what actions I need to take, what projects I need to plan to affect the number of leads coming in, then I go and log a status report. So this is just kind of a self-reflection exercise. It's a way of documenting what you're going to do. In your board, underneath the progress tab, you're going to be able to write kind of a status report of your project. So I use that space as an opportunity to just catalog everything that I've learned by checking in this week in my pipeline. I'll write down, maybe I don't have enough leads coming in. Why do I think that is? What are my plans? Like why, if I don't have the right type of leads, why aren't they the right type of leads? What can I do instead to fix that problem? And so that is kind of the final thing I do as a way of documenting the process that I've just gone through. And so I can start taking actions to course correct whatever is going on in my pipeline.